Hello, everyone. Sorry, that was a bit of a long 2 minutes you wait. Sorry. Ooh, lights. How are we doing, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. If you're new, hello. Come on in. What an episode. As ever. Oh, my phone. I use this for the comments on the phone. If you are new, how it works, stick anything you want to talk about. Oh my God, look, you can tell I was just running to get here. Anything you want to chat about, stick it into. Oh, I see what's wrong. Look. I've buttoned myself up wrong. Anything you want to chat about, stick it into the chat box and we'll get to it. That was wild, but it seems like I don't know why they would give us the answer in. Oh, sorry, I'm talking about Whitney and Matt staying in the experiment. Obviously, they've left us on a cliffhanger, but then it kind of shows us that they're going to probably be not let in from the sneak peek of tomorrow's episode. But I wonder whether that's like, I can't let you in the experiment, but you know, it's all too much. It's all too much. It's all too much. I think what's good though about these like commitment ceremonies is you get to like really hear from them, from their opinions, and everyone has to listen. Because my hair looks quite like I'm in the Beatles today, doesn't it? Yes, so hello if you are new. Hello, just stick anything you want to chat about in the box and we'll get to it. Right, the first thing I've written down here is Jonathan is a child. That boy needs to bloody learn. Like, how can he honestly think that how he speaks is right, or how he... Hello, Laura Matthews. Whitney is top tier reality TV villain, ain't she? Good evening. Yes, she is 100%. Like, okay, Laura, you've just sidetracked me, but we're going to get straight into Whitney. So she really is top tier TV villain. She's absolutely amazing. But I completely feel like, is this really her? Is this what she is really like? Because when at the very beginning of the whole series, she was like god awful how she was talking and treating Duca. Obviously, then we saw her opening up. I know this is what I was saying yesterday. Like, I love watching reality TV. I love seeing people develop and shape and like come out the other side feeling better about themselves. But she is literally like digging deeper and deeper. Yesterday, she seemed to have a bit more of empathy, towards Gemma. She seemed to be a bit more like, I understand it's really hard for her. But today, just answering blatantly, no, don't think I've done anything wrong. Like, you have got to know that you've done something wrong. Like, it's awful. It's completely awful. The only time I ever got close to doing anything like that was with ex-boyfriend. And me and him got together pretty much straight after his last relationship, which I was friends with the girl. And I remember feeling so bad. It was like, obviously she hated me, didn't talk to me. And I said sorry, I offered, to chat. Obviously probably made it worse, but I was feeling so guilty. Obviously I still was with him, for nearly 3 years or whatever. But I remember feeling so bad because I'd caused this pain to someone, even though they'd already broken up. Like, they had already broken up. It wasn't me that broke them up. But yes, it was like we got together a month after they broke up. So it was like a very short time, but we were young, you know what I mean? We're like late teens, early 20s. So, but I remember feeling so bad. The lack of empathy that both her and Matt have. Like, I don't understand how you can sit back and go, look, you should be happy for us. We're making this work. What do the rest of you think? If you're new, by the way, hello, my name is Sarah. Anything you want to talk about, stick it into the chat box. I'm flabbergasted. It's also like I feel like we knew it's a bit of a lost cause for Gemma and Matt, but there's still no answer. She still has no like real answers of what exactly it was that he didn't like. Oh, it was her potty mouth, wasn't it? I mean, we all know. Oh, I don't know. I feel for them all. It's not a nice situation for anyone. Duca is handling it like an absolute pro, but he has handled the whole situation like a pro, considering he's had someone who's been so not into the fair from the very beginning. I think it's wild. I think it's absolutely wild. Anyway, let's move on from them then, shall we? Ooh, before we move on though, everybody's reactions to it, like everyone talking to them and how defensive Matt was when how he was speaking to Zoe was absolutely appalling. I think they need to be kicked out of the experiment, but then the other half of me is like, no, let's keep them in. But then how is the rest of the group going to welcome them? Like they're going to have to warm to them somehow. I do feel that Whitney will have some allies in Keisha and April. Like she'll be able to, oh, hello, Mike has sent a message that's been completely and utterly held for view. I'm just amazed that Thomas kept his gob shut. Or shit, kept his gobshite, you've written. That's probably why it's been not allowed in. Yeah. Oh, we'll get to Jonathan, Rhiannon. We will get to Jonathan. Yes, like Thomas really did. Thomas is learning. Right, Thomas and Adrian on the couch today. Like was quite nice, wasn't it? Like they seem like they're going strong. Obviously, Adrian doesn't know half of what's been going on in terms of what he did in the the girls and boys separate days and stuff. Because Thomas is a gobshite, doesn't keep his gob shut. But I feel like I'm really enjoying them developing, which I'm quite excited about and surprised, but I'm really up for it. I'm up for it. All right, let's get on to Jonathan. Jonathan was bad on the couch tonight, just keeps digging himself a hole and doesn't know how to say sorry. Was glad Paul called him out and it said he has no emotional intelligence. Yeah, 100%. But then but he still doesn't understand. Like, I also think that no one listened to him when he said, I just don't understand where I've gone wrong. Like, so, and also that's a lack of emotional intelligence, but I feel like they need to then break it down and go, well, this is why. So that he might understand. Like I was just thinking to myself, imagine she had to deal with Jonathan all by herself. Like imagine that was all behind closed doors and Sophie had to deal with somebody talking to her like that with no one else around her to support her and go, yeah, you're right, he was wrong. Because that would if someone spoke to me how I mean, I do have a very straight talking partner, and sometimes my Sam has said things you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Did you just say that? And then it takes him a while and he goes, oh yeah, I shouldn't have said that like that. Like he is an absolute, he can be a prick. But like Jonathan, like seriously, I'm just so glad that Sophie had people around her to talk it out with. And I also hope that other people in relationships who speak to other people in relationships like that are watching this and can understand how you speak to someone has a massive effect. I might put this episode in front of Sam tonight. Bluntness, like being honest is great, but you've got to be only to a certain point. Mike saying, Jonathan the carpenter is just so wooden. Bada bing, bada bang. I love, very good dad joke of the night. I love it. Yes, but do you know what's so wild about Sophie and Jonathan is that at the beginning there was that kind of like that thing between them of like Sophie thought that he wasn't good enough for her, but he was very very proud of his like working classness. And there was a bit of a hierarchy, a bit of like a you know, but then they a bit of like she was a bit like, I'm a bit too, you're not good enough for me, or your tastes are different. And then there's a balancing out of them like kind of understanding each other, and her being like, no, actually that all those things don't matter, which is amazing. But now he's making her feel like shit. It's like he's using he's using his own bluntness, or, oh, I'm just so common, this is just how I speak, to make her feel shit. Like, I don't know if that's fair of me to say, but I just feel, yeah, he needs to. I hope he learns from this, you know, because it ain't good. I don't think Sophie's an angel. She's well stung because he works with his hands. That'll come up again at some point, I reckon. Do you think? I thought she'd kind of like gotten over that. Like, I genuinely thought she was being like, okay, all the materialistic things that I find important aren't that important. That's the impression I got, but I did miss the love hate episode, so maybe things came up in that. I don't know. I'm just like, oh, red flag, oh, red flag, oh my god. And then when Jonathan like completely um defended Matt. Then again, so yeah, Jonathan and Matt are new in the process, so they don't have as big connections with like Duca or Whitney. Oh, Ione, sorry. Yeah, like, so I feel that's where that comes from. It's just like, he's new like me, keep him in. No way, like, that's all bubbling beneath, I think. Okay, interesting. Okay, well, fine. In that case, let's be done with them. Let's be done with them. I just think, I hope he learns from this. Okay, April and George. Ugh. What does Adrian know that we don't know? What do you think was said? Like, for Adrian to pipe up. And why do you think Paul stopped him? Because it's nobody's business. I messaged Adrian actually. Let's see if he got back to me. I thought I'd be able to say it out loud if he did, but no, he hasn't responded. Yeah, what does he know? Is it that, like, what could it be? Like, could it be that George, like, oh, I'm just gonna stay the experiment because it's earning me money? Or is it, I'm just staying the experiment because, yeah, like, what does Adrian know that we don't know? I am eager to know. Yeah, I really want to know what it is. My hair is really like him with the Beatles, isn't I? Yellow submarine. We all live in a yellow submarine. George actually has 5 kids rather than 4. Yeah, but that's not like, kids are kids. Kids aren't like the worst thing to happen in the world, you know what I mean? Like, I would say it's more that he's secretly still married, or he doesn't actually like her. Or he's gotten with someone else, or he's seeing someone else, or the police are after me. I'm just surprised that Adrian of all people was stopped. Because because actually Adrian could maybe been saying something nice to support George, but no, he didn't get a chance. He didn't get a chance. Oh, I don't know. April and her, I just think are a lost cause. I think they're both a bit too broken. I think this year's maths group has probably the most nuttiest ever. They're all sort of hate each other and seem to be jealous all the time. What do you reckon? It does seem like that 100%. It feels like that they are loving the drama. They're inviting the drama in to then want to sort it out. The people who seem to not want that drama are Shanita and Jordan and Adrian and Zoe and Jenna. Like, how they talk today and talk through things. was like, obviously Zoe's quite terrified of Jenna, so only brings things up in front of the experts. And then Jenna thinks everything's all fine all the time, but doesn't like the drama. Like, I feel they don't want the drama either. Although, and maybe Keisha doesn't want the drama, but Keisha's not going to stand for any shit, so it kind of invites drama. I am not. This is the first UK one I've seen in this format, but it does seem like it's constant. There's no like the breakthroughs are all always really. Oh, sorry. Let me just take some Tory water before I continue. Yeah, it just feels like they need to completely go full hawk, just need to go into the experiment. This whole drama, wanting drama is too much. Rhiannon. Yeah, it seems unfair that Adrian wasn't allowed to talk when he's the most reasonable out of all of them, yeah. I mean, I get it in the sense that, you know, he's not on the stand right now. On the stand. He's not on the couch, therefore the rules are you don't talk. But like, if Adrian's gonna talk and say anything bitchy, it's gonna be quite reasonable. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Kwame and Keisha, let's talk about them. Like, I was quite surprised at how the what they called. What are they called? The counselors, experts. They really, yeah, how everyone was like, yeah, so I wasn't surprised. I was glad that they pulled him up on, well, so you think this is great, you think this is the perfect relationship. Like, Kwame lives in this fucking Kwame world, and I really hope that Keisha's got room in there. Also, when he talks about his, you know, he talks about having this wham bam life, but yeah, his life is so structured around his kids and that. It's like he aspires to have this wham bam life, which I think Keisha can give him, but yet he doesn't. He can't have that because his life has taken another. His life's got another different path, you know. Kwame's got more secrets to come, do you think? Yeah, the fact that he's not letting her come to his house, do you think he just lives in a big bachelor pad or something? He lives like, he just rents a room in fucking Leytonstone or something. Do you think that's the issue? And she's obviously got her own flat. Like, he's intimidated. Like, why wouldn't he show the flat? They're giving him a nice edit for now, but there's some skeletons in the closet. I love, Mike, how you are like you got all these conspiracy theories. I'm so here for it. Yeah, like, I don't know. There's something fishy going on there, because for someone who was so not interested, then be interested. But then maybe that's just him. Like, I want to also believe him that he's into her, but he's taken his time. Like, I feel like he's so intimidated by Keisha that all he's doing is he's taking it by he's doing it in his own terms, but really it's not his own terms, it's her terms. Because that's the power sometimes in relationships. Like, I know it's Sam, it'll be Sam's idea, but I've already talked about it a week before, and I've given all the reasons. Like, econ manipulation, I call it a need in a relationship when you're with someone who's so stubborn all the time. Do you know what I mean? So, whatever. This is Laura, I've never trusted Kwame. He knows he has a good reasons to call it off and try to come out of it looking like the good guy. And also from Laura, I don't like how he lists what he likes most. Her cooking is always top of the list. Yes, exactly. He is more traditional than he wants to make out. But I think culturally, both of them like those roles in a certain way. Like, she talks about that as well, I think. And then that's fair of me to say. I think they both like and have those roles, but I also know that Keisha is a business woman. She, like, I love that she's like, I want to be able to fly to New York tomorrow if I want to. And damn right she should. But he can't do that. But that's the life he thinks he wants. But he can't have that life because obviously, yeah, I think you're both right, Laura and Mike. There are things gonna come out more and more. Oh, I just want Keisha just to win. Basically, I want her to win in life, win in love, and be with someone who's gonna treat her and let her be the amazing human she is. Oh, it's all too much. It's all too much. Oh my God, we're 22 minutes in. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you're watching this, you're not subscribed, please give me a subscribe. Like this video, write a comment down below. I've got some bad news though. I booked to go on a holiday tomorrow, so it means I won't be here tomorrow. I will try find a way to watch next week and come on live, but if not, it might be another week off. I'm so sorry. I'm just like living life, you know. You've warmed to Keisha. What had you not need to warm to her for? She's been amazing. Yeah, I know she was full on with the sex at the time, but I didn't think it was as bad as how Gemma talked about sex. You know what I mean? Right. Well, look, I'm going to find a way to watch it next week whilst I'm away, because we are where I'm going is 2 weeks, 2 hours ahead, 2 weeks ahead. It's 2 hours ahead. So I'll be in bed and I should be able to find a way of breaking the system. Love you loads. Thank you so much. Speak to you soon. Goodbye. Oh, wait, this happens. I'm about to say goodbye and Mike's messaging. She seemed a bit too much with the pan splitting. Pan splitting was good though. That was funny and how she handled it. Like, she didn't get embarrassed. She was just like, yeah, whatever. Do you know what I mean? That's just like the dream. Anyway, and now I'm gone. Goodbye.